Okay, well, if we look at it, this is a new breakthrough regarding the concept of combining Japanese and American style in a tiny house. The concept of this combination is in the material and texture of the walls of the tiny house, where the dominant texture of the wall with siding is then combined with wooden elements on the door and window borders with typical Japanese characteristic. This is a spot in the room that I think it's interesting and cozy with a bed with a drawer like this. Then the built-in wardrobe and wall elements can be something unique and iconic in this Japanese American themed tiny house room. Here we can probably see that the dominant nuance is the American style for this tiny house, but in my opinion what we can take from here is the concept of the tiny house that is homey and bright so that it is comfortable to live in every day in the long term. In my opinion, this design is a charming combination of Japan and American to be applied to a tiny house because the American and Japanese themes there are quite balanced and are able to blend well but still represent a tiny house. If we look here, perhaps the dominant concept is Japanese for the tiny house, but if we look again at the wall panels, they are made of siding materials, which is a wall panel that is usually applied to American tiny house. Another interesting thing here is the interior ceiling of the tiny house space because the shape of the ceiling is quite unique with dynamic panel segmentation and a Japanese feel in the color tones and lighting that is not too bright and a little dim. For me, this is a pretty creative combination where the entrance wall is made with color siding that is close to Japanese nuance, while the inside use typical Japanese window and door panels. If we look closely here, the concept of separating space like this is a representation of Japanese spatial planning, which in this case is applied in a tiny house so that this Japanese and American combined space concept is created. So, in your opinion, which room is the most attractive between the Japanese and American fusion concept? Please write in the comments column below and don't forget to like, share and subscribe too. And look forward to the discussion about the tiny house in the next video. Bye bye.